Click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get instant notification of new videos as they're released.
Okay, we're having a good look at this market, and the price has absolutely crashed it. And we can see from the traded volume that there's no activity at or around this point. We've got a bit of a drift on the third favourite, second favourite's pretty level. So we're going to see if we can catch a bounce here, because it looks like this has been overdone. Touched. It's not gone up. See if we can squeeze another one in just beyond here. Need to be careful of a pullback here, because very often when it rebounds like this, it will pull back. There we go. So it's okay because we want that filled. Not too sure whether we want to increase our exposure too much, but we're happy to get taken out at 268 near the bottom end of the current trading range. So one of the areas we're interested in here is the crossover at threes. But if we are going to reach that point, then we really need to see the price of some of these start to come in a bit. Otherwise I think we'll run out of steam. So we need to see some evidence that something's going to get backed in to push the price out in the other direction. So we're beginning to continue the move upwards here at the moment. And it looks like we may be able to push beyond threes, but I think it's going to stall again now. And I'm looking over here to make a judgment on whether we think it's going to stall. So bouncing around all over the place. I'm going to put a stop in here, because if we don't get the move, you can see there's nothing really coming for any of these other runners at the moment. If we don't get the move, then I'll just get stopped out, because I really need to see a much bigger reward on this to make it worthwhile. So I'm prepared to let it run against me this much, and if it stops out, then it stops out. That's the way the cookie crumbles. But for the moment I'm not going to add to the position, because I don't feel that it's got enough strength to push significantly higher. Here we go. You can see that it's beginning to head towards threes at the moment. If it crosses threes, I could be tempted, but it needs to, empowerment's coming in a bit. If I put a new order in here, then what we're effectively doing is pulling up our potential for loss below it. So I need to be really careful about if I do that. And you can see the moves petered out completely. And you can see overall there's no significant strength here. Bell Intrigue is drifting, and that's probably not helping, but there's some money coming in now. So let's go a bit tighter on this now. Money's been pulled out or moved just below the current price point, but hopefully the momentum we're going to gain from this will be enough to push us past threes. So move the stop loss up. We need to see a convincing move past threes, otherwise it's basically not going to work. Weight of money has moved against us temporarily at the moment. But we'll sit here. We'll sit here and wait and see if it does go through there. It's important to see what happens at 305. And you can see there's somebody trading the two price points there, so we need a concerted push above that. Come on. There we go. And there's not much money on this side, a little bit more on that side, so we should probably see a bit of an acceleration. If we don't get one, then we'll have to start thinking about what we do. But you can see the market's thinned out at the top here, so I'm actually going to drop a few closing orders in here, because I don't think it's going to push much higher. Empowerment's continuing to come in, so what we can do is, if that trend continues, then I can just cancel these orders as we approach that particular price point. And what I'm effectively doing is just moving myself into a more comfortable position overall. And you can see it's dying again. Empowerment's still coming in a bit, but we're beginning to lose the momentum with this trade. So really we should have got out about here, 305. You can see it's really getting thin now. But I'll move the stop loss down. We've got about 2 minutes before the start, so I'm going to see if I can ride this out and see if the momentum returns. So there's a little bit more upward pressure developing now, but I don't think it's going to go much beyond the top of the market here. chunk of money waiting at 305, so whenever it reaches 3, somebody's going to put some money in on the other side, almost certainly, you'd think. Let's see what happens. He's going to go any second now. He's pulled it. He doesn't like it, so he thinks it's going to go a bit further up. Market snapped back a bit. So I don't think it's going to reach these higher levels that we've seen here. So I'm going to start going for a gentle exit here. If that 1500 goes, we could see a bit more momentum, but there's only a minute left now, so we need to start thinking about what happens over the next few periods. So you can see I'm beginning to thin out the orders. If that 305 doesn't go, I can't see it moving any further. So there's no evidence that this person's going to pull that order and give us a nice run up at this point. Loads of money stacked up. Can't see that we've got enough time left to get that run up. There's about 20 seconds left before the off, so I'm just going to dribble a few orders in, and we'll go for a gentle exit. So, in hindsight, probably could have done better. Around this level is where we should have got out, and the market had indicated that. We were a little bit slow. Weight of money shifted against us. But we've still managed to get out with a reasonable profit on that. So you can see it's 150 quid, or about 50 quid greened up.
If you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, its tools and the opportunities they present, then why not visit betangel.com today and download a free trial.